Okay, let's talk about a game that basically just appeared out of nowhere and, boom, grabbed the entire world's attention. We're talking about a mashup of ancient myth and some seriously next-gen tech. It's a story that's been brewing for like 500 years, so really, what is all the hype about? So you gotta ask, right? How does a game from a studio most people had never heard of just become this massive global thing overnight? Well, it all goes back to August 2020. A gameplay trailer just dropped. And it didn't just drop, it exploded. I mean, millions of people were absolutely floored. The visuals were insane, the combat was this beautiful, brutal dance, and the atmosphere, you could practically feel it through the screen. But here's the thing, this massive buzz isn't just some clever new marketing trick. Nope. To really understand what's going on here, we've got to go back in time. And I don't just mean before 2020. We're talking way back, like 500 years back, to meet the original legend. So the hero of our story is Sun Wukong, but you probably know him as the Monkey King. And listen, this isn't some character they just invented for the game. He is a huge deal, a central figure in one of China's most important literary works, Journey to the West, from all the way back in the 16th century. To give you some perspective, he's a cultural icon on the same level as, say, King Arthur or Hercules is in the West. He's a legend. And it's not hard to see why he is perfect for a video game, right? I mean, the guy has superhuman strength, he can shapeshift into pretty much anything, and he's got this awesome magic staff that can shrink down to the size of a needle or grow as big as a mountain. But honestly, his real power is his attitude. He's got this rebellious, anti-authority vibe that just makes him an incredibly compelling hero. Okay, so you've got this amazing ancient myth. The big question is, how do you take that and turn it into a blockbuster game that people all over the world in the 21st century are gonna love? Well, the answer is in the tech. The folks bringing this whole thing to life are Game Science. They're an independent studio based out of Hangzhou, China. And let me just say, the fact that they're an indie studio makes the incredible polish and the sheer scale of what we've seen so far even more mind-blowing. Now, the game itself is what we call a Souls-like. You've probably heard that term. It basically means it's an action RPG that's, well, it's really hard. It's all about learning patterns, being patient, and fighting methodically. And you know what? That's a perfect fit for a character like Wukong. He's this flawed, almost godlike being, and his whole story is about facing down these impossible odds. And this right here, this is where the real magic is happening. Think of it like this. Game Science is taking two completely different worlds and smashing them together. On one hand, you have the ancient soul of the Journey to the West story, the dark fantasy vibes, the classic Chinese art, and on the other hand, you have the pure muscle of modern gaming tech. We're talking that brutal, punishing Souls-like combat, all brought to life in Unreal Engine 5. The visuals are just stunning, with lighting and detail that look like they're straight out of a movie. But this whole mix, it's about so much more than just making a cool game. What's happening here is that Black Myth Wukong is being set up to be something way bigger than just a bestseller. It could be a legitimate cultural milestone. So why is it that big of a deal? Okay, here's the bottom line. This game is one of the first massive, high-budget, blockbuster games to come out of China that was designed from day one for a worldwide audience. I mean, think about it. Japan gave us anime and JRPGs. South Korea gave us K-pop and incredible films. This could be that exact same kind of moment for China and the games industry, a total game changer. And this wasn't some happy accident either. This global focus was the whole point. The developers came right out and said their goal was to share Chinese culture and mythology with the rest of the world, but to do it at what they call AAA quality. And that just means the absolute highest level of production you can get in the gaming world. When you look at the timeline, it really hits you just how big this is. The story itself starts in the 1500s. Then it gets this explosive rebirth online in 2020. And now it's about to be released to the entire world. That is a journey spanning centuries, and it's all culminating in this one single game you can play. So with all of that history, all of that insane hype, what's next? What's the journey ahead look like for us, the players? What can we actually expect when this game finally drops? All right, the practical stuff. Where can you actually play it? Well, it's confirmed for PC and PlayStation 5 at launch, and for all you Xbox players, don't worry, they've said a version for you is planned for a later date. And that brings us to the final, and maybe the biggest, question of all. Forget for a second that this looks like it's going to be an amazing game. Could Black Myth Wukong actually change how the world sees entertainment coming out of China? Could this be the one that kicks the door open for a whole new wave of cultural blockbusters to reach a global audience? It's a really interesting thing to think about, and man, what a powerful legacy for the Monkey King to leave behind.